Hot Jukes, what do you got going? Football is Cloud9. We're going to hear someone else?
Man, I don't know who we're going to see. I wonder if we're going to see, we only need Tensa to clutch it for Tempo Storm Part 3. That's what I want to see right here, if that's what's going to be for. So I'm going to go with Tempo. Why not?
All right, what about you, Dave, quickly?
Let's see. Dream Eaters.
Okay, well, let's take it away. Why don't you guys drop us straight into the game for game number 2.
Thanks, Jason and the desk for that awesome breakdown. Looking forward to it. Game number 2, it is going to be VIKENDI Hot Juke. So I got my jacket on, not really, but I need to go get my jacket on. It's getting a little chilly in here. I mean, what should we expect? I mean, personally, heal-offs. You already know. You already know, man.
We're chilling. We're big chilling right here. Right now, honestly, what I want to see is, will the first zone be halfway in the water and to the edge? You know, it's something that we constantly saw during the scrims. We saw it during the Pro League. I wonder if we're going to have another troll first zone, or if it's going to be, you know, just nice and neutral. Ready to get into it. Match number 2. Let's go.
Hey, you sure hope so. At least I do. You know, from a viewer's perspective, troll zones are my favorite zone. Of course, if you're a player, I mean, you definitely don't want that, but it is always interesting. So one thing to know, I believe Konina Power, yeah, they drop around Volnova. This is good for teams like B4 who are actually going to be sitting out because they also dropped there, and you know, after last game's performance. So circle number 1, we got it.
Here we go, and it looks like this one's going to be, you know, nice and neutral right here. So these teams should be pretty excited about that, but we're going to get into it right now. Oh, HCL with the double barrel.
Double barrel slash Uzi combo right now. Yala in the general area as well. Novo looking to get some points. Hot on the trail. They see the blood drops on the snow, and they're hunting down Xana.
Oh, yeah. Yala, Xana is like, nah, I'm out of here. I don't want to get knocked this early right here. So he's in a bunch of trouble, but HCL's on the hunt.
On the hunt, you know, possibly thinking about cooking a grenade, tossing that one up, and here comes the support. So we have at least 3 members from Yala in this general area. HCL probably hearing these footsteps. He's like,
I'm out. Never mind. It was just all a prank. It was all a prank.
Oh no, that was 4 of them. That was 4 of them. And they got some gear, they got some ammo, they got some bumps, they got some Uzis, and the tables have quickly turned. HCL trying to run away. Xana going for that drop shot, connecting just a little bit right here, but HCL, they have quite the challenge ahead of them. Molly going out, that will, you know, put a halt to the push, at least for the time being.
And that just goes to show you how quickly the tables can turn at this high level of gameplay right there. ACL thought he had him against the ropes, but instantly, the second he saw that squad, he called the retreat. And you can see the rest of Nova right now are just trying to get in position for this next one. You can see Sheepman with the Tommy gun from downtown, trying to put some suppressive fire.
From downtown, you can kind of see, at least for me, I believe Zero is like, guys, let's get in the Zima and let's get on out of here. But Sheepman blowing that Zima up, so that Zima actually caught fire. It is no longer usable. And here we see Yala hoofing it on foot right now. They don't want to take this fight. I mean, game number 1, they took an early fight against the Knights. They lost 2. And you know, if you're down 2 members from the start, like, it is just such a challenge just to play from there on out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think that considering where this first zone is, they don't want to waste any time in this fight. They want to get looted up, and they want to get ready for their next position. So I think it's a really smart move from Yala to say, all right, we survived. You know, we got the good old save onto Naza, and we're going to go ahead, just loot up and get into zone.
Exactly. And this fight, in case you're just tuning on in, did take place or is taking place down there to the south in Winery. And Winery will not be in the zone, so that's kind of why we see these teams trying to peel on off of one another and, you know, focus on getting into the actual zone, because the zone will be a little up there to the north. And Alpha Baker! Oh, the spray down! Taking down 2 right there. No, that was 3! Oh,
goodness gracious.
Man.
Just like that, you know, Alpha Legends, Faker being one of their top fraggers, just showing off his skill right there. You don't drive past me right there. 3 members gone just like that, and 3 points on the board for Alpha Legends.
we talk about it all the time, Hot Juice. You cannot be riding dirty in a vehicle. You can't have your whole squad up in that one car because all it takes one player to spot you out, do the spray down, and there you go. You just lost 3 members because you couldn't, take the time to find maybe one extra vehicle. Oh, man.
Dude, it's so crazy. You look at Alpha Legends, one of the most aggressive teams coming from the Middle East, North Africa region right there. And from what I've seen, they seem to really rely on their 2 core players, Faker and good old Rahman right there. But man, and you can just see Faker with the crazy spray and support. That's it. 3 members out. Can't you gotta be careful on the rotations. You gotta have them spotters. You gotta hit that serpentine, or just like that, your almost whole team gets wiped out.
Yeah, and that was UDR Killers, who lost 3 early on from, the qualifications of PMCO Europe. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was their first match as well. They did sit out game number 1. So, hey, on a positive note, they will be playing the remainder of the day, all right? So, they got a taste through the lobby. They're like, okay, we learned our lesson. Let's not all ride together anymore. This is like the top of the top when it comes to talent. Like, all these players can hit their shots. And talking about hitting the shots, football is Lutz up here on the high ground. We'll be connecting onto Raven. J7 going for that trade. Lutz is going to be by themselves for the time being, but the support is quickly coming on up. And there you go. The third party right there. Carnage will be connecting onto Lutz with that G36.
And that just kind of shuts down that thirst right there. And it looks like Pittsburgh Knights are going to be... Oh, unfortunately, yeah, they were not able to pick up Raven as he was too low in that situation. This is going to be a tough one right now for PK. Do you decide to kind of go for the push and get that revenge? But with all this time they're taking right now, that's going to give this squad enough time to kind of, get healed up and good to go. And I think that PK just realized that, and they're on the rotation out. Tough break.
Exactly. Sixless in the back, kind of holding that anchor position. Looks like they're all going to be making the call to peel on off. Now, they're going to be in somewhat of a centralized position in this actual zone, and there is a lot of real estate where they can retreat onto. And I personally doubt that footballists are going to chase them down too far. Looks like footballists are going to be recognizing, okay, they left, but there is going to be a loot crate right there, so might as well.
Yeah, you can see them just deciding to smoke it out, get that loot nice and early, and when it comes to these kind of fights right here, especially early on, you just do not want to get wiped out. You can't afford that kind of point loss. So, you saw Lutz with the insane shots right there. Return fire onto Raven, gets the knock, gets the thirst, 1 point on the board, and a whole bunch of loot for your squad. And this team came to play.
Yeah, footballists came to play. Second place in game number 1. After even seeing who knocked you, like, honestly, I wouldn't want to take that fight. I would be a little scared. I would be shaking in my boots just a little bit, regardless of what team you are, right? So, Loops are going to be over here. They're going to be on the edge out here on the coast. Looks like they have 2 Dacias, just going for a nice little stroll. Now, other teams that do like this particular area of the map might be, SWAT 609, might be Cloud9. So, hopefully, if you are Loops, going to be keeping your eye out for that. And here we go. Tensa, the 1v3 in game number 1. This is Tempo Storm.
Yeah, this is Tempo right now, just kind of hanging out right beside Villa. As a squad, we saw them start swapping some loot. Konina Power and Bull Tempo right now. Tempo, just trying to kind of get set up for this next zone. Man, this is what I really love about this level of play. We see teams from all over the world be able to play at such an insane level. Football is coming all the way down from Turkey. A Turkish squad just getting it done and fragging out of their minds right now. Konina Power as well, just kind of getting some shots onto Tempo Storm. We're just getting started right here. We can already see some high-level gameplay coming from all these squads.
Exactly, and talking about getting started, well, we're getting started in that point of the game of VIKENDI, all right? Hopefully, you got your logs in the fire, nice and toasty, because a lot of these teams are going to have themselves a decent position, a nice little compound, and this is where you get to start to see, at least when it comes to competitive PUBG Mobile, once one of your squad has a nice spot in Circle 1 and Circle 2, there's no real need to push on out and get ultra aggressive. And as I say that, Alpha Legends, they already got Faker with 3 kills. They're going to be making the push right now onto the team I predicted to get that chicken dinner, Dream Eaters.
And look at that nade right there. Almost got him, but man, Alpha Legends are just executing this perfectly as the rest of Dream Eaters try to come and support their squad, but they might be too late.
Yeah, you see Matic out there on the outskirts of this one. Was, possibly attempting to provide that support, but then after 2 squad mates got wiped out clean, you're definitely going to have to rethink that. Oh, here's that nice replay from earlier on. There's the nice shots from Lutz as well.
Man, I'm telling you, Alpha Legends getting some major frags right off the bat right here, taking out Dream Eaters pretty well, and it looks like they're going to take out 3 members from 2 different squads already. So that's going to be a big start for Alpha Legends.
It's that Safari hat, man. That Safari hat on VIKENDI. That's the key. The key to success. Next zone does going up. Hot Jukes, what do you see?
It looks like a nice, good old central zone, and this seems to be pretty typical for VIKENDI. This is why we've pretty much said that you normally see kind of slow gameplay off the bat, but that's not what we've been seeing so far. Here is, look at the nade on the sheep.
That explosion actually going to be pushing that Zima just a little bit, but Easy with that MP5K is going to need to defend Sheepman from getting thirsted. Here comes the push, and wow, KHK, they lost one in the process. One will be knocked down and out, but Nova, they are no longer.
Done, just like that. KHK coming all the way from Saudi Arabia here, qualified, ready to go, and taking out a huge team like Nova Esports. Off the bat, VIKENDI is going to give them a lot of energy, a lot of good old-fashioned, they're going to be pumped up going in for the rest of the matches today.
Good vibes. Looks like
the confidence booster
out here trying to possibly, was thinking about maybe getting that punch out, but this is what we were talking about. I mean, these teams, we saw Loops just moments ago out there on the west side of the coast. I mean, Cloud9, they dropped Fahar, so these teams are aware of each other. They played, 64 games in total. They definitely know who their neighbors might be. And, this circle actually getting a little hectic. Frag Machines looking to get involved once again. I mean, 2 kills to their name. They have 1 member. It is going to be thirsted. It is going to be done and dusted. But KHK, they need to defend this complex right now. They only got 2 up.
And Frag Machines have a whole bunch of angles going to this. They're going to start throwing some nades, mollies in there really soon. So KHK are going to have a big task on their hand to try and stop Frag Machines. And look at that. Just as soon as I say that, Freak gets a huge entry nade.
Yeah, and now there's only 1 more member alive, and it looks like we are going to be going for that reset, getting that revive. But Frag Machines, they know now is the time to make that push. And if they were paying attention to the kill feed, they know how many members are up. But the third party, Yala, taking some shots on into that door, is going to be connecting on to Outplay. That will actually allow the revive from KHK. So we got Yala. They're making the push for the ultimate third party right now. We got smokes everywhere.
Oh, here they come. And right now, that's a huge break for KHK, but now they got to fight 2 squads. It looks like they're going to just try and hold on right here. Now Frag Machine is the team in trouble.
This is so good for KHK. I mean, they both peeled on off. They retreated. They're going to have some cover to work with. Zero with that Uzi. Going to be going for that spray. Ham down there in the smokes, prone. Going to be going for that trade, but connected on. Was trying to get those initial shots with that G36. And my goodness, Frag Machines there getting fragged out themselves as this squad of Yala are going to be pushing on inside this first story.
Oh my goodness!
There are bodies everywhere. KHK, they're seeing the kill feed. They're like, let's get involved. It's only 2 members. No, 1 member up for Yala in the corner. KHK making that push. Oped with that Uzi. The quick switcherino. There it goes. Yala done.
Are you kidding me right now? KHK was the team that survived that? Frag Machine had KHK on the ropes. Yala came in, and KHK is able to keep all 2 of their members alive. Some big kills coming out of their team right there. It was like a symphony of Uzis we heard going on. I mean, shots all over the place. What a fight.
Laying them down. Yeah, I mean, KHK, they saw, or they recognized Yala, making the push. They kind of, I want to say they baited it out. They baited it out just a little bit. They retreated. They reset. They hit those boosts. They reloaded their magazines. And, when the time was right, timing right there was everything. And they came out on top. Oh, that has to feel so good to out-survive 2 other squads. That's
Man, and that's going to be so much loot. They're going to be so set up for the rest of the game right now. And this is still so early. This is only 3rd circle right now. So to be able to see these fights this early in Vikendi is definitely not something that we see very often, but these are the best of the best, ready to fight at any moment's notice. And like you kind of mentioned earlier, something I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper on is that fight in particular. You know, KHK, they could have just sat back. They could have sat back and played that one passive and see how it would have fought out. But then they would have probably gotten killed right after. But they saw the fight, they heard it, decided to third party right towards the end of it. Perfect timing, able to get the finish, and now they are set up really well for the rest of the match.
Yeah, and now they can open up their own personal loot shop. You know, hey, I got what you need here. I got some bandages. I got some 5s. I got it all. I even got some level 2 helmets if you want.
Trading post.
Come fight us for it. But I got to give it to Yala as well, though. I mean, they recognized, they got the knock. They knew who it was. They thought, okay, let's third party this one. I mean, at least from your perspective, I mean, you have tons of experience here in this competitive level of gameplay. Like, what was the downfall of Yala there? Like, what, in your opinion, of course?
I got a little bit of experience under my belt. You know, I would say as much as these high-level squads, but, you know, at least in my opinion there, Yala, I think they had a really good idea. They heard the shots, they heard everything going on, and they tried to third-party that fight. But, you know, I guess they didn't really expect that reset. And they had that eagerness and just kind of full sent it. Rather than getting a little bit more intel, I would have loved to see them throw a couple extra grenades, mollies, try to open up the fight a little bit more. But man, they just full sent it in there, and KHK heard it, took the opportunity, and were able to take out both of their squads at the end. Man, just a great play for KHK.
Yeah, and moments like that, you know, I can only imagine the team comps. I mean, the craziness or maybe the calm, you know, who knows. I would love to kind of, that's another aspect I would love to just dive deep in and really see, you know, the chaotic sympathy, like you said, that happens in those moments. So we're going to be waiting for this next circle to pop. There it goes. Pop goes the weasel.
Look at that hard
like
shift.
Everybody's in there.
Yeah, good old solid, you know, slight little shift of the circle. You know, it looks to be nice and you know, nice and good and clean and old-fashioned. It looks like this is a good old Goroka ending here, as we have so many squads just kind of held up in that central area.
Yeah, and we've seen this one time before in the 64 games, at least in the PMPL Americas, and it was a all-out bloodbath. And I'm mentioning that because Loops, Team Queso, these are a couple teams that might be a little familiar, you know, with this general area.
Oh yeah. All these squads are going to know this spot in particular really well, because Goroka is a high loot zone. And look, Tempo and Wildcard back at it once again.
Here we go. Looks like Spec going to be taking the shots, the initial shots onto Wildcard. Ace are going to be down. Slicky also going to be down. And who would have guessed, you know, Tensa will be fragging out once again. 1 kill into Tensa. It's a squad wipe and a half right there. Wildcard going to be done. This is going to be right there on the edge of Villa.
Wow, what a play right there for Tempo. It looks like, you know, Wildcard just trying to get that edge rotation in and fight their way in, something that they're really good at doing. But man, they ended up fighting Tempo, and Tempo was waiting for them. We saw some good, solid jump shots come from them, and that's it. Yeah, Tempo with 4 kills on the board right now. But KHK, they have 6. Also, Legends have 6 already. Is this early on? We see in the kill feed, Federal got the AWM. Really soon here, we're going to start seeing some big, intense fights coming in.
Yeah, and not only that, one thing to note, Tempo, there's going to be a crate, you know, right near them as well in Villa. So it's going to be that level 3 gear, much needed at this point in the game. So, Alpha Legends, I mean, 6 kills so far. They got the whole squad up, and they have a really good position in this zone. I mean, they got all the cards in their hand right now. You know, it's only a matter of how will they utilize that? How can they get that chicken? And you know what, Jukes? Let's give them a crate while we're at it. There's a crate dropping right on top of their heads.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it right there. And not just the crate, but the zone as well. So they are going to be in a great position going into this one with 6 kills on the board. Faker already holding 3 by himself with that quick spray right there. If one of you using that gyroscope, I know for sure that chair was spinning right there because he was able to hit some really, really good clean shots and get 3 kills early on right here. But we can see this rotation right now. We got Pittsburgh Knights on the top edge right there. Only Sixless and Carnage still alive. This is a team, or these are 2 players that are going to have a ton of synergy from the past. They actually used to live together in a mobile gaming house in North America for quite a while. So let's see if they're able to kind of snake their way in and be able to get some points on the board for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they might have synergy. They might have one Dacia, but they do not have the zone in their favor, and
That's
they
true.
also don't have the other 2 squad mates on the squad. If they do run into a team, for example, Footballists, who are going to be in the most direct path in their sight lines, and it does look like they're going to go for a ultra wide rotate. They're going to try to avoid Goroka at all cost. Will it pay off? Well, we'll have to find out. But inside actual Goroka, Footballists currently making their way on into the town, and you got Team Queso right there in their sightlines.
Got so many big teams here, Goroka. Oh my goodness, you got Loops, Cloud9, Team Queso, and Footballists. Some major squads right here. It looks like PK are going to end up getting right into the mix as well. We're looking at SWAT 69 though. Ooh,
SWAT 69, they are going to be with the third-party potential. They have
go.
4 up, but Tempo are going to be making the push uphill onto the 2 members of KHK Esports. And now that's only going to be 1 more member from that squad. Tempo, 6 kills.
more
KHK
members.
Esports wiped out, quick and easy, nice and fast, exactly what they need to do. I'm surprised SWAT 69 didn't attempt to take a couple more shots. And you know what? SWAT 69, they might have taken too many shots because you got Alpha Legends actually right there to the north of them, opting to possibly push on in. So information is everything here, especially at this point in the game on VIKENDI.
Oh yeah, and Cloud9 taken out as well. I got to give mad respect to KHK for surviving that long, considering that they got crashed on by 2 squads right there. 2 members up against a full team. Not much you could really do in that position. But man, Cloud9 goes out. We got a circle shift going to the south, and Alpha Legends, they are sitting pretty in it as the rest of these squads are going to have to try and get into this zone. And this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one from at least in my perspective, because they're going to have to run out in the open if they want to get into this circle.
It's going to be a tough one for these teams, especially. I mean, you still got the duo from the Knights. You got 4 members from Team Queso. You got 4 members from Footballists. I mean, it's coming down to it. This is not in the zone. Looks like Team Queso recognizing the enemies are near. Looks like Marco going to be popping on up from that second story, taking down 1. Now they have the advantage. They got the numbers advantage, but Footballists now aware that there is going to be a team residing on the opposite end of the street.
Really interesting smoke from Watts right here to kind of cover his position. But man, Footballists, this is a team that we know can hit some major shots. But after that position, I think they're just opting to kind of hit that rotate, play it smart, because this next zone, 7 seconds left, this zone's starting to close. They need to get in it.
Lobs in inside the Dacia, honking that horn like, get in.
Oh, they got the shark car.
Baby, talking about increase in the horsepower right there. Hold up.
Oh, they're missing a
You're gonna
tire.
be sending it right on past Team Queso. Okay, they need to be extremely cautious. Not only that, I mean,
Driving
you have
skills.
to know Goroka like the back of your hand. And yeah, the squad mates are like, listen, this isn't the ride I booked on my app, all right? You go, you send it. We're going to stay back and try to get some points with taking this fight.
And look, he's driving on the ice right here, which is even that more difficult. Will he be able to survive Marco with the AK trying to get out? And Lutz, just in a lot of trouble right there. Tough rotation right there for Footballists.
Yeah, I mean, really, Team Queso able to pretty much gatekeep Footballists so well, but they are underestimating not only the zone, but the other teams like Loops, who are also the nearest to this next circle. So it's really, these teams, it's do or die. You need to hit your shots. You need to get the flushes, and at least get these kill points so they can feel good about getting taken out right now to the zone.
Footballists is in a lot of trouble right now. They're just going to have to go for the heal strat because this is zone 6 and this circle hurts. The second it touches the zone, it's going to do even more damage. He's only got 3 heals left, but we're switching the fight over to Tempo and SWAT 69.
Yeah, looks like Tempo. 6 kills so far. Spec,
Big nade.
extremely low. Rain gonna be tossing out a grenade, thinking about tossing that molly. Gonna be going for that spray and will be connected on themselves from a member from Alpha Legends. Remember, Alpha's 11. They've been third party in this fight. They've been looking on over SWAT 69 the whole time. Spec going for the drop shot, the drop down, connecting onto 1, connecting onto 2. Tempo Storm able to weather the storm here on VIKENDI. Now, how will they make it on into this next zone?
What a play against SWAT 69 right there. That's what you got to just full send, you know, start hitting some big shots. And that's exactly what Tempo Storm did and needed to do, as they have 50 seconds left on the clock. And unfortunate for Tempo, the zone has hard shifted to the north. But man, Loops, they are in this circle ready to go. This is a big bad boy team that we've seen frag out all throughout the Pro League. They're going to be in a good position for this fight.
Loops are the only team in the actual circle. Sixless healing on up, actually going out right there, getting major placement points for the squad of the Knights. But yeah, Loops, the only team in the zone. Alpha Legends going to be right there in the south, trying to toss out some grenades onto Tempo. And then, of course, you got out here on the distance in the east, Konina Power, trying to take some shots of their own.
Konina Power from CIS right now, just trying to do all they can in this zone. But you got to watch out for Alpha Legends as well. Alpha Legends, a team from the Middle East, going against South American Loops here in the big. Oh, but Tempo and Alpha getting into it.
Going to be making the push on into the compounds. Tensa will be connected on. Spec trying to run on into cover. Might opt to get that revive. Grenades in hand from Alpha Legends. They are getting ready to let these rip over here. And it's going to be a challenge. Looks like the revive onto Tensa was successful, but the teams need to keep in mind the blue zone. Now going to be making that push. Zone 7, it is going to be hurting really hard. Looks like HH is going to be popping that car, trying to just YOLO send it. The Dacia is going to be smoking on up. Spec, 1 health, going to be connecting on not 1, but 2 members from Alpha Legends, and that might have saved it. No, that will not save it. Looks like HH was also spotted in the process in that last-ditch effort.
Man, you know, that is a huge break for Loops right here, because this Alpha Legends team were just fragging out of their mind. We saw Baker with the squad wiper M249, but just getting caught on the second third party from Tempo Spec, shutting them down. So right now, it's just Loops against Konina Power.
Yeah, at this zone, definitely catching a lot of these teams off guard. You know, this zone alone in VIKENDI, took out at least 5 to 6 different individuals and, you know, just inflicting so much damage. But coming down to this one, they got 4 up. Konina Power trying to get on into that vehicle. One's going to be connected on. Kowalski going to be hopping in their own vehicle. Going to be straight up, sending it with that M4.
And that's it.
And that's it. Konina Power eliminated in second place right there. Loops taking the dub, taking the chicken on our first VIKENDI map here in the West League.
Gotta give it to Loops right there. I mean, heck, I think that was a product of being really blessed by zone. But regardless, even if you do get the zone like that, you gotta hit some major shots. And Loops, you know, with their positioning and the amount of players that they had up, able to just finish it out and get the chicken dinner.
I mean, Alpha Legends, they got favored countless times with the zones, but not only were they getting favored, they were defending it, they were taking the shots, and it really all started with Faker on that drive-by, you know, taking out 3 enemies really early on.
Oh, yeah, what a play. But, man, look at this. We got Jason Summit back into the field. How you doing there, Jason?
Back in. I'm doing good. You chat sound like you were doing fantastic as well, and I have to kind of ask myself, did you guys have Loops? I don't remember. Did any of you guys have Loops?
I mean, heck,
look, I just want to see some good PUBG Mobile, all right? That's all I want to see.
That's the most cop-out answer I've ever heard, Hot Jukes.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm trying to run for office here, okay? So let me get my political answers go out the way right there. But you know what? I'm always in favor of the zone, the blue zone, you know? And then Loops got the blue zone right there, able to take out the finish, the chicken dinner.
I'll give you a little trick. If you want to get the best cop-out answer, say who won? The fans. You say where the fans are going to win because they get to watch the action.
True.
Let's get you guys out of here. We'll get you guys a quick little rest before we get into the third game. And let's bring our experts back into this one. 7 and Glitter as well. We have to talk about that last game ending for Loops Esports. And now I know, 7, you were talking to me before. He's like, I said Loops, right? Got to call you out, man. You had Cloud9 to win. What's up with that?
Oh, I did?
You mean to
Damn, well,
say
I got
Loops?
distracted by Twitch chat. Twitch chat was telling me to wear a choker tomorrow, so I was like, I wasn't sure which one I was talking about. All right. Yeah, I did choose Cloud9, but hey, man, Loops, though. On a serious note, Loops actually getting this win is huge for them because in PNPL Americas, it took them, I think, like a week to actually be able to get a win. Even though they got blessed by the zone, as Hot Jukes was saying, this was huge for them.
Yeah, let's actually take a look at the rankings from that last map, and we can have you break it down, Glitter, as Loops obviously taking the chicken dinner, but did they get the #1 points? Well, there you go. Yes, they did, but they did not get the most kills, and that's something I know we're going to have to talk about.
Yeah, look at that. You see Tempo coming in with 11 kills. This was a really, really good game for Tempo Storm. They're starting off strong today, but Loops is a team that we talked about from the very beginning of the show. Is a team we were going to be looking forward to seeing and how they were going to play, and they just kind of showed up and were a shining example of why we were going to do that.
And I know, Seven, you were talking about earlier on, Konina Power wanted to see if they'll challenge up against the likes of Loops, and they did get 4th place, so they did come out with a pretty decent ranking, but a big one that has to stand out, number 15, Seven.
Number 15, indeed, Wildcard Gaming. They went up against Temple Storm. We'll actually be breaking that down in a little bit. They just went for a full-on crash onto Temple Storm building. I don't think they were expecting Temple Storm to be that ready, and they literally wiped them out within, like, I think it was 10 to 15 seconds. It was super fast, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go back to the next time they maybe try to go ahead and push a building in Vikendi.